Most people, when they want bigger arms, they just go about it the wrong way. They keep doing a lot of bicep curls, thinking that their arms will get big. Although that's true that your arms will definitely get bigger if you do a lot of bicep curls, but then there's a better way to do it. So if you actually look at your arm, and so this is your bicep muscle, and this is like your tricep muscle. From like behind, it will be like this one is the bicep and this one is the tricep. So your tricep muscle is like the majority of your arm. It's like 60 to 70%. Now I'm not sure about the exact number. You can like research it online, but you'll probably just find out this that at least two-third, like more than 50% of your arm muscle is just your tricep. So since like the composition of the arm is mostly of triceps, it's a far better idea to train more of the triceps in order to get bigger arm size than to just keep training biceps. Now, although like you should train biceps, I'll talk about it in the end, but then it's a better idea to like just prioritize the triceps to increase arm size. And even in like the triceps, if you go in depth, you have like three heads. So these are like the name of the muscle groups. It's like one of them is the long head, then there's lateral head, and there's the medial head. And out of these three, the biggest percentage is like of the long head. It would be around like 50% of the tricep. So since like the long head is like the most of the tricep, like an exercise that would directly train the long head would be even better for arm size, because then you would just train the biggest part of your muscle, biggest part of your arm muscle, which will directly help you increase arm size. So in the order, I've got like a list of three exercises that you can do to like increase your arm size in the priority order. So the first exercise that should be the best one for your arm size should be something that trains the long head of the triceps, since it's the biggest muscle of the arm, and that is overhead extensions. You can pick other exercises, but like I would say this one is like the best one. Maybe I'm a bit biased towards it because I've done it myself and I really prefer it, but that's what you can go for. You can find some other exercises too. Now you can do this exercise with like mostly a dumbbell. That would be good. You can do it sitting or standing, however you prefer it. You can like go with both hands, or you can just go like one hand at a time. Like the one, you will have like better form and like contraction in your muscle and more of a mind muscle connection. That will be actually better for you. So you can pick that one, either the sitting, standing, or you can like go both hands or one hand at a time. You should ideally train this like for 3 sets twice a week on 2 different days. And if you're like, let's say, training at home, then like an idea for you would be to like just use like your school bags that and use your school books in and fill the bag with it, and like use that as weight for the overhead extensions. That's what like I used to do when I used to train at home. Or you can even use like water bottles for the weight. For the second exercise, that's like the priority number 2 for your increasing your arm size, would be the tricep push downs. Now this is like a very common exercise, most of the people know it. And this exercise is like, it will train your entire tricep muscle only in the end. So it will train all of the heads, but mostly it still trains like the medial head. So the medial head would be like this one, like at the end, and it's like the smallest of the tricep. So since it's like a small muscle, you won't get like a lot of progress in your arms using this exercise, but it still, even it trains like your entire tricep in the end. So like since your tricep is bigger than the bicep, it should be at priority number 2. Now you can do like this exercise for 2 sets twice a week, or even 3 sets is fine. Now personally, I just skip this exercise because I just feel like it's better to like keep things simple for me, and I don't want to make it complicated. So I would just like go for more repetitions of the same exercise. So I would just do like 4 to 5 sets of overhead extensions instead of doing like 1 or 2 sets of this one. So I just skip this one. It's your choice what you want to do with it. Like try both of the exercises and like experiment and think how it feels. If you have like more of a motivation to do tricep push downs, you can do them, or you can do both of them, or just the overhead extensions, and like then make the number of sets accordingly, and train them like twice a week. It would be preferable for muscle protein synthesis. The third priority exercise would be the bicep curls. Now, obviously, the biceps are like the smaller muscle of the arm, but then you cannot just skip it and like keep training your triceps too, because then there's a point of diminishing returns. So it would not be actually valuable to just keep training the tricep because it's the bigger muscle. So at one point of time, like when you have got to your like limit, then you should also do like bicep exercises to maximize arm growth. And bicep curls is like the most basic exercise that you can do. You can like think of other exercises like preacher curls, and like whatever you feel like the mind muscle connection and like more of your results are coming from there, and like whatever you enjoy really doing, that's what you will like stick to the most. So like pick some exercise like that you really enjoy doing. Now if you talk about the bicep curls, you can use like normal dumbbells, but an extra tip would be that you can use cables instead of like dumbbells, because it would like keep the tension throughout the entire range of motion, instead of like using a dumbbell where you will just like, you know, at the end of the exercise, when you like pick it up and then like you're putting it down, it's like most of the time gravity is just helping you a lot. So a using cables would be a good idea. And like you can use this tip for like all of the other exercises too. If you are like not just like bicep curls, any other exercise that you're using dumbbells, you can like try to use cables for like more tension. But then at the end of the day, it's still about preference. Like if you like the dumbbells a lot more and like you enjoy it, then it would be better to stick to the dumbbells. For the bicep curls, you can do 4 to 5 sets twice a week. And so we're done with like the 3 main exercises that you can use for your arm size. Now talking about the rep range and the hypertrophy part of it, so mostly it's just that since your arms like are not like a very big muscle group, it's not really a good idea to train like arms for strength. You will not get like a lot of results using like a lot of strength training exercises like lifting, doing like barbell curls, with your biceps, and like using a lot of heavy weights and like going for 5 reps. That would, now it feels like I've personally done it, like strength training for like arms and like barbell curls for like 5 reps, and it's like it's an enjoyable thing. You feel like really great, like doing those strength exercises, but still I would say for optimal results it's not really a good one. Like if you really want to maximize arm size and not arm strength, stick to lighter weights and focus a lot more on the form and the mind muscle connection rather than just going for like heavy weights and like strength training type of workouts with your arms. And that will actually be somewhere in the rep range of 10 to 15, where you can like, and obviously you have to still push till failure. Like the 15th rep should be like something that is really hard to do, and like you should feel like after that you cannot do another rep. So like push till failure, that will maximize your arm size. Arms are not a really big part of your physique. It's still a good idea to just train, let's say 6 to 8, give them like 6 to 8 sets of training twice a week for better muscle protein synthesis, and still like do the other compound movements and like train other parts of your body. Because even if you want like to increase arm size as fast as possible, there'll always be like a point of diminishing returns, after which even if you keep training that same muscle for longer durations or even harder, then you will just cause like soreness in your arms and it won't really grow that much. And about like arm days, I feel like it is completely something that's unnecessary, but it's like this. So if you're training like arms twice a week already, at the end of your workouts, because it's a better idea to do the compound movements in the beginning. So you're still getting like enough growth from it, and that's like more than enough. If you add like an arm day, that's just unnecessary, and you would actually not be able to like train your arms for such a long duration and even that hard. And if you just prefer like an arm day and not training arms on the other days, then well, that's not really optimal. You can like do it that way if you prefer it. As I said, like if you enjoy something a lot, then just doing it would be good, because that will cause you more growth in the end, because you will have more motivation for it. But it's still not an optimal way to train. It's just better to like do the compound movements first, and then at the end of your workouts train your arms like twice a week. And the arm day, well, let's say exceptional case, you have like very bad arm genetics and like you are going to the gym consistently and you have got like good physique, but like your arms are the weakest part of your body, and like so that's why you think that you need more training in the arms. Then well, you can do like arms at the end of your workouts and also have an extra arm day if that's the case. But that's not, 99% it won't be true. And now whatever I've like said is basically just like a general case scenario, like the exercise selection and like whatever you need to do for it. There, all like the exceptional cases will always just exist. So if you have like very good tricep genetics, but if your bicep genetics are like very bad, right? So then like the reverse will be true for you. So you should like focus less on the triceps and focus more on the biceps to actually increase your arm size. So that's like something personal you need to like learn about your physique yourself or with like a coach, so that you understand your body better. And when you understand your physique, that's like that will make it far easier to maximize your progress. And that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching.